Again, good morning. Happy Monday. I love Mondays because I get to see you guys several times during the day. So it's always a fun day. We're delighted that you're joining us this morning. We have two special people with us this morning. Jason LaChance, who most of you guys know, is our regional director, area regional director for us in this area. And actually, your region keeps growing, I believe, Jason. It seems to have grown significantly. And then also Laura Morelos was introduced to the national marketing directors a few weeks ago, is now stepping into the role of area director or regional director specific to the Hispanic market. And so Laura is going around and meeting with different leadership groups for her to get a connection with our leadership and for us to get a connection with you, Laura. So I'm going to turn this over, and thank you, Nancy, for setting this up and reaching out to Jason. I didn't see that message, so I appreciate it that you did. So Jason, if you want to, I'll just pass the baton to you and then go from there.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Sharon and Nancy, and just thank all of you as leaders. You're clearly, I think we opened up there when we weren't all on quite the call yet, but Sharon saying it's a Monday and we're busy, and I would agree, and that's a good thing. Just grateful that our company is in a position and in a market and with a product and that people are responding to right now. So being busy right now is a good thing, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm not going to take too much time, but just from my perspective, being with the Juice Plus company for about 10 years now, and being in the sales department, sales division, and working with all of you so closely, the company is really in a growth phase right now. It's been really fun. It's been keeping us busy, keeping us focused. And then we have the opportunity to reach into a market that we have essentially left completely untouched, right? With two initiatives, the opening of Mexico, but then also the better service of the Spanish-speaking community here in the United States. And they really are, they're two separate initiatives. So when Laura talks about them, understand that Mexico is opening, but it's not open yet. But Laura is on board and already making impact on servicing the Spanish-speaking people that live here in the States. So she's been, and I'll bump into her really quickly here, but she's been with us for just a little over a month. And how difficult it must be to joining a new company in the middle of a quarantine. How hard, just the little things like getting your email set up and talking to the IT people, but she's been a trooper through all that, and she's been positive and a great person to work with already. We clearly see internally that she's going to be a big impact for our company and a big support for all of you. So we are really excited. And what her initial operations have been right now in this first month or month and a half is just to do exactly this. It's just to get to know the leaders, because relationships are so important in our business, and you need to get to know the people you're working with and you're supporting. So you get to know her a little bit and she gets to know you a little bit. And I think this call here today is one of probably about 50 that she'll be doing with teams across the country, starting a couple weeks ago and going on for another couple more weeks. So that's a great first step, right? Get to know the people you're working with. So Laura's all over that right now. And then I think she'll touch on a little bit what's coming, which is her launching the actual tools and initiatives that she's designing to help support your business to add more customers and add more team. So with that, I'll turn it over to Laura, and again, just really, really happy to have her part of the Juice Plus company.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason, and thank you, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I'm really excited to be here, and I always say the best part of my job is when I connect with you guys, when I connect with the ones that make things happen. Really, it is because of you that we are very busy in the corporate side. But we're happy busy. You know, we're happily busy because things are going really great. They're moving forward, and your energy is really contagious. So I feel very privileged, and I said it with all my heart. Very privileged to have the opportunity to work with a great group of people in the corporate office, the sales team, and they have welcomed me with open arms, and they've just been partnering with me, and I've been learning as much as I can just to make sure that I'm ready for you guys. And so I just want to say thank you so much. From the very beginning I joined, I just feel like a fish in the water. And I feel that, you know, one of those times in your life in which you feel that you're in the right time, in the right place at the right time. Well, this is one of them. And I'm really, really grateful. And Jason has been a tremendous, tremendous support. And I could not be happier just to have this great group of people that are backing me up and backing up the Hispanic initiative in Juice Plus, because, you know, sometimes you can feel that it's you alone trying to figure things out and doing, but this is one of these rare times after 20 years in this industry in which I could tell with no doubt that this is a team effort, and it feels really good, I have to say. You know, so when I say team effort, I also talking about you guys because you have embraced the Hispanic initiative in an incredible way. And so that you just guys know a little bit about me, I've been in this industry for over 20 years. And I started just like you. You know, somebody invited me to try these nutritional products. I did, I loved them. I joined the company and I thought it was gonna be my hobby. And after 3 months, I quit my job and I decided to do it full time. And I will say that I'm very privileged that I had the opportunity to start in this industry just like that, because that's how I learned this business, in the trenches. You know, I recruited, I used to sell, to recruit, to train, to mentor, to travel, to build teams, you know, to find all the great things and also the challenging things. And all I can say is that I have a lot of respect for what you do, because not everybody can do it. And with that, I mean, and having the blessing to be successful in the field, that opened doors for me to work in the corporate side of many other companies through these 20 years. And as you know, I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. I came to the US 25 years ago. And the privilege of working with my people, the Hispanic market, through these 25 years have been really beautiful, because I do have a heart for my people. And I feel that they have great talent and great energy, great desire to change their lives for the better, and to really take advantage of opportunities, but they don't necessarily always have the opportunity, the vehicle that can take them to their dreams, you know? So that experience really opened doors for me to work with the Hispanic market in several companies. And with all the companies, we opened Mexico, we opened Colombia. We made Puerto Rico one of the best territories, you know, for those companies. And I learned that there's always people that want to change their lives, and there's always people that are open for a better opportunity. So it's a great time to be with Juice Plus, that are having this vision to expand into the Hispanic market. I've been gladly surprised, and I have to say, because there's really already Hispanic partners and leaders in Juice Plus that are already building the business in the Hispanic market. And we do have even leaders, you know, that have successful stories. In Puerto Rico, we have great group of ladies that are actually leaders already building with results in their hands, with good checks and everything. So that's really, really, really exciting. But I believe also that we have not really touched not even the 10% of what this could be, and that we're writing history as we speak. We're really creating this momentum in the United States, where I see things growing and growing exponentially. And that's the reason why I'm here, just to convey with you the message of that this market could be a great opportunity for you to grow your business even more, and to really visualize yourself as part of this great initiative that Juice Plus has put together. So I'm happy to be here. I don't know if I should be going or am I talking too much?
You're
Well,
fine. But Jason, was there some
Yeah.
questions? Is there some questions? I didn't see the email, so if you have it, if you want to direct us through it, that'd be great.
Well, I can keep going.
Nancy,
You guys let me know.
Okay, Laura, that's fine, Laura.
Yeah, okay.
I happen to have him here. So, Laura, a little bit about yourself. You've touched on that a little bit. So, anything more about yourself? You live in, we know you're experienced in the direct selling industry, very successful, both as a partner and on the corporate side. At the moment, you live in California. Anything else about yourself personally?
Well, no, I am. I'm in love with this industry. I love people. I'm single. I have 7 nephews and 1 niece that I adore, and that are like my kids. And my mom and my siblings live in Guadalajara, Mexico. So I go back and forth. And I'm really, really Hispanic. I have the accent. I like salsa picante, chile. I am from Guadalajara, Mexico. So I'm really the real thing.
Yeah.
It could not get more Latino than me, I would say.
It's going to be great when we can actually get back together at a conference or a regional or something, and you get to be, just have those one-on-one conversations. That's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's move down some questions. Next couple of questions are kind of about the Hispanic market in general. So talk about, like, again, you've got experience in building Hispanic market teams or Spanish speaking teams. So the opportunity within that market. Any specifics about that?
Of course. That half of the population growth is Hispanic,
In the
and we're
US.
talking about 55 million people that are Hispanics right now, nowadays in the United States. I also found a fun fact. That the United States is the second largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. First is Mexico, and the second is the United States for the amount of people that are Hispanic here. So it's unbelievable. And this is a younger ethnic group, younger than the average. The average are 29 or younger. These are a beautiful community that love family. So usually family are bigger. And when we talk about families that are bigger, usually they welcome an extra income. It's all about the family. And so moms decide for the most part to stay home to raise their kids, but they also are looking for opportunities to bring those extra incomes into the household, because they are necessary and important for them. And I mean, the driving force really for Hispanic is their family. They want to make sure they can offer them a better quality of life. They still have roots in many cases in their own countries, so they send money to their families in their own countries, and opportunities like Juice Plus can be a tremendous platform for them to actually achieve their dreams and really see themselves, getting a better quality of life here in the United States. Also, $1.7 trillion is the purchasing power right now in the Hispanic market in the US. $1.7 trillion. So we're talking about a big market.
Yeah.
And one of the purpose for me for this conversation I want to share with you guys is because I want you guys to see that this is also for you. Because many times I hear people say, well, I don't speak the language, I'm not Hispanic, I don't live in an area highly Hispanic. And so, but I want to shift that. I want to help you to shift that, because I think that this opportunity is for each and everyone that really wants to and see the potential and wants to tap into this market. Jason.
Yeah, that kind of hit home when you said, the Hispanic families are sometimes larger. Yeah, so you're going to need addition. I mean, I have 2 kids and I'm broke. So if I had a lot more kids, I would need a lot more income. So yeah, and then the moms. I mean, what an opportunity for a mom, no matter how big your family is, but to generate an income from home when you know to go, and you can stay there and raise your family. So, how good does that fit with what we have to offer? That's awesome.
Exactly.
Okay. Next, talk about what resources we currently have available, and then maybe even touch on some of the things that you're involved with right now that might be coming soon.
Okay. And I don't want to forget, Jason. I want to just add something. I want to forget, because Hispanics are highly digital savvy. They are, since this community is all about community, this market is all about community. It's Facebook and Instagram and all the social medias have come hand in hand with the Hispanic market, because this has been even another great way for us to communicate and be connected. So when you invite someone into the business and they say yes, it's great, because they already are in this world, in the digital world. So it's not going to be difficult for you to get them into Zoom meetings, into order online and stuff like that. So that's really a great thing. And building community within platforms such as Facebook or Instagram is just their regular day to day, and so that even makes business easier for you guys if you tap into this market. And then to your question, Jason, it's really exciting just to see that we have a lot of things already translated. We are working 110 miles per hour just to have everything translated. We're working with different agencies. And I have to say that we have already resources in the Freedom Revolution website. The Freedom Revolution website, if you go into it, there's a group of videos that getting started, the fast track, and some other basic videos that are already with subtitles in Spanish. When you click on those videos, at the very bottom in the right-hand side, there is a little tiny mini icon called CC. So you tap in there and you choose Spanish, and then you're going to see the subtitles. And so this is a great way for you to begin to share information about Juice Plus with those that are actually considering the opportunity. So that's some of the things that we already have available. We're working really hard to have the new website and the virtual office launch at the same time. When we launch them at the same time in English and in Spanish for all of you and all the people that are going to need this resource as well. And so that we also have a few more material. If you go to Juice Plus Insights at the very bottom, if you scroll down, you're going to find some books that are already available in Spanish that can also be great resource for those that you're talking about these great opportunities. So those are the things that we have available right now. Some of the things that I'm doing is just what I'm doing now, which is sharing with you and many other teams what the Hispanic market is all about and how you guys can tap into this. And we're going to do more. And I have to say, there is a group of Spanish-speaking people that put together a group in Boxer, and they already told me, how is it that you're giving presentations in English? We need presentations in Spanish. I'm like, yeah, they're coming. And so, but it's interesting to see that they're saying like, wait a minute, here we are. And it's just so awesome to see the excitement. And it's just a matter to find the right person. I want to just add, Jason, that it's just a matter of finding the right person. When you think about like, I don't speak the language, what do I do? There's a ton of Hispanics that are bilingual, like me. I go to work, speak English, I come home, I speak Spanish. And we have the best of the two worlds. And sometimes the English is not excellent, but you can communicate with them. So just find that bilingual that is going to take you to that community, because as soon as you get that one person, he's going to be your liaison to the whole community of friends and family that he or she may have. And that's going to be really great. And it's not different like in any other market, Jason. It's just finding the right person. It's not for everybody. You're going to find the one that you say, oh, she could be fabulous. But if she really not interested, nothing is going to happen. You got to find that one that is, with an entrepreneurial spirit, that's willing to change his life for the better, that is a go-getter, that he is not afraid to roll his sleeves or her sleeves and go to work and talk to people that have a desire and a dream and that zeal to work alongside with you, to learn the business just like you did when you started, and go for it. So you need to find that one person, those people that have that entrepreneurial spirit. But it's all about, who do you know? It's all about, who do you know? Who do you know that wants extra income? Who do you know that wants to improve their health? Who do you know that know people in the Hispanic market? Where is the Hispanic community where I live? How about if I drive around that area and find some businesses and start talking to people? You never know. But it's about reaching out and talking to people, which is no different than any other market, until you find those people that are actually going to be your team in the Hispanic market.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to more people. I think I've heard a few people on this call say that many times over the years. some experience on this call for sure. So, Laura, as we obviously work hard to open Mexico, which is not open yet, but then we understand we're going at 105 miles an hour to develop initiatives both for Mexico, but also for the States. And we've got Gustavo working on opening Mexico. Where do you what's your role in the middle of all of that? Where do you find yourself in the middle of all that?
Well, I'm in charge of the Hispanic market, as I said, but these two markets go hand in hand. For the most part, usually you have people. If you're from Mexico, you have people that in Mexico. But I have to say, I think it's very important to remember that you're going to build, wherever you are, build strong where you are. Because that successful story, those results are the ones that are going to open doors for you when Mexico opens. So if you find Hispanic people, just help them to get, strong where they are. Help them to begin to see results. It doesn't matter if the results are not huge, but as long as they begin to see this is working for me, I'm starting to get my checks, I'm starting to build my team. That's what matters most right now. Because if she or he begins to have results where he is, in Texas, in Florida, in Tennessee, in Illinois, wherever you guys are, they are going to be the connection for you to find good prospects and good potential leaders in Mexico. But everything starts in your backyard. I don't want everyone to kind of get so excited about Mexico and go and look for people in Mexico when you really don't have a strong business here. And I'm talking more than anything to those Hispanic people that are coming on board. They still don't have a story of success like you do. They still don't have the experience that you do. They still don't have the credibility in the product and the business like you have. And so we need to help them to really have a solid foundation where they are so that we can go and help Mexico and really bring those leaders in Mexico. Because yes, Mexico is going to be a big market. It's going to happen no matter what. And we want to make sure we're ready for it.
So if I think it was Carol that mentioned that she has some team in Phoenix, and of course, Dave and Sharon probably have team all over the world. And if someone suddenly tomorrow comes across someone in Phoenix or Chicago or anywhere that is clearly preferred Spanish speaking is their preferred language, what would you say to plug them into now in the next 30 days or 60 days?
I think that they just need to go through the very basic, which is getting started. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. I think that if we follow the proven system that we have in how to get someone started, unfortunately the videos are already with subtitles. That's going to be really a great start for him or for her. The basic things that you guys already know, that's build, write down your list, and how to talk to people, how to use the three-way calls. Those things are exactly the same that they can use, because the way they start the business right now is the way they're going to start other people into the business. And we need to we need to follow a consistent system. You put your personality and your time, if it's part-time or full-time, but at the end of the day, if we follow the system, then it works for them too. And we're not having different concepts or systems throughout the country, but it's that one system that works with the basics, getting back to basics, and go along, and then just match their efforts. If he's really working hard, or she, then just support him as much as he can and get started with the contact list and follow along to see where he or she wants to get.
Yeah, awesome. And of course, it is good to have on the Freedom Revolution to have those videos. Yeah. That not all of them, but the most key ones are translated already. So that's great.
Yeah. And I just will have to, I'd love to add, for instance, as I said, the Hispanic community is all about community. It's all about family. It's all about friends. Just build that working relationship strong with them. Make sure that you're there, that they know that you're there for them. Just build that working relationship strong, that they will see that you have a genuine desire to support them. It's going to be really, really great. And just, I would say, just be intentional, I would say for the next 6 months, we're exactly in the middle of the year. for the next 6 months of your life. He says, I'm going to build a Hispanic team within my team, and start looking because at the end of the year in December, probably going to know many more words in Spanish. You're going to have a lot of energy in your team because Hispanics have tons of energy and really new stories of success to share, So they're not going to come to you. You're going to have to go to them. But I always say, and I think it's true because it's true that it's true that it's true. Leaders attract leaders. It's not corporate that attract leaders. It's leaders attract leaders. And you guys are leaders. You have stories of success in your hands. You have a story to share. You have your credibility. You have that desire to make it happen and to help others. Just share your story and know that when there is a will, there is a way. And if you find that one person to have that burning desire to make it happen in his community, the Hispanic market, it's gonna follow you even with a broken English, even with an accent, even with the difference in cultures, because they have, at the end of the day, the same desire that you do. They want to change their lives. They want to give them a better quality of life. They want to dream, and they want to dream big. Another good thing, and I know I'm talking a lot, but I want to say, Hispanics, we left our countries. We left sometimes our families there. Maybe the families here, the wife and kids, but sometimes the mom and dad are there, and the uncles and the nephews and nieces, and it's hard. It's really hard. So Hispanics have that longing to be part of something that they belong, to be part of something bigger than themselves. It means the world because we left something huge, which is our country, our roots, our culture, to come to this country because we want the American dream. And so when they find that one place, they're very loyal. They stay for the long run. And I think that's a really big component, Jason, to remember, Hispanics are looking for a place to belong.
Yeah. Wow. That wraps it up right there, doesn't it? That's good. Yeah. I'll pause and I'll give it back to Sharon or Nancy. I think we probably open if you have any questions you want to ask, but go ahead, Sharon.
I just want to thank you, Laura, for really, it's going to make me cry, touching on the heart of what Hispanics have gone through. I think we forget that they left everything behind, and so that they do want to be a part of a community. And guys, we have the community. Do we not have the most incredible community and relationship and heart that we could offer to people? So thank you for really bringing, we can get all the how-tos and the logistics and get familiar with the resources, but the heart of what we're doing is going to make the difference. So does anybody have any questions for Laura at all? I'm sure Dave does.
So Laura, you love Guadalajara. Well, I'm in Puerto Vallarta right now, so.
But 2 hours away or 2.5 hours away. That's awesome.
Aaron and I, we've driven from Guadalajara through Tequila and over to Puerto Vallarta. So we love that area. We've been to Ajijic and Lake Chapala. Yeah, so love
I'll say hi to my paisanos, to my people. I'm from there, from Guadalajara, so that's awesome.
The mariachi right there. Yeah.
Okay, David, you don't have to give the whole story of everything.
So we're excited about of course, the Hispanic market and the people. We, love the Hispanic people. And so what do you think? How do you see, Juice Plus working in Mexico? What do you see? I know we have it. We're going to be building it here, build here first, and then we can take it down there. But how do you see it, from a cost standpoint, price, and where do you see it fitting, or how do you see it fitting in Mexico?
Mexico is a beautiful country. And last year I lived in Mexico. I didn't share that pretty much the whole year. And I have to say that although I'm from there, 25 years in the US, and I go, every so often to see my mom and my family. But living there last year, it really opened my eyes to understand where Mexico is. And there is, I think what I said before, there's lack of opportunities. You see professionals, architects, engineers, CPAs driving a cab, driving a taxi, because there's not that many opportunities, unfortunately. The economy is a totally different economy. So when you're in the United States, sometimes you hear the dreams about, I want a new car, I want a bigger house, and those are also the dreams of the Mexican people. But what I've seen in Mexico is that they really, when you talk about dreams, they say, I want to pay my rent and I want to pay my bills, and you're going to find a lot of people like that. And you may think, oh, well, that's probably to our disadvantage because we really want people. Well, no, I mean, people go 110% for it. We really go, because there's not that many opportunities in Mexico, unfortunately. But when they find one that they believe in, they give it all. Because that means that next month I'm going to be able to pay my rent. And next month I'm going to be able to pay my bills or pay my kids' school. And I think it's very meaningful, very, very meaningful. And you'll be surprised how many people, even when we do the conversion dollars to pesos, yeah, sometimes the products are expensive. And for me, it was an eye-opener just to see how people, that doesn't stop them, because they do want to care for their families. They do believe in nutrition. They do believe in a healthy lifestyle. And in the process, the ones that are involved, begin to educate others about that respect, that Mexico is the #1 country with diabetes in the world. That Mexico is the #1 country, unfortunately, with single moms in the world. That Mexico is the #1 country that drinks Coca-Cola in the world. So just with those 3 statistics, can you imagine what we can do when we get there? And how much need there is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karen?
Tremendous need. Yes, for sure. So thank you. Karen, did you have a question?
Yes, real quickly, Laura. Hi, this is Karen. And at least I wanted to ask, or kind of maybe share, that given part of the Latino culture and the love and the loyalty, the love for family, I would suspect that our Healthy Starts for Families will be very attractive to a lot of the families, because, right, it's no matter what, children are tantamount, right? So above all else, it's about the children. Would you agree?
I totally agree. And I've been thinking about that as well. I think it's going to be a tremendous, tremendous program that is going to be embraced by the Hispanic community and even by Mexico as well. It definitely. And then it's something that, I honestly haven't seen something like this in any other company. So it's going to be even innovative, a new way to support our children. It's just going to be huge. And then thank you, Karen, for bringing that up, because I think it's very important for us to see, their future, what's coming up, and how we can even leverage, the fact that the Hispanics are all about family, and they usually have more kids than the average, and that's going to be just hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, gracias. And bienvenidos.
Gracias.
Is it true? I think Sally was saying earlier that Mexico is the 7th largest networking or direct sales company in our country.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, it's the platform that helps you to dream bigger. The salaries, unfortunately, are low. Even if you have college degrees, it's a totally different lifestyle and economy. So when a good company comes and does the right thing, which is what we're going to be doing, there's many people that begin to envision, I finally can buy a home, maybe in 2 years or so, I finally can think that I can take my kids to a private school, because public schools are free, but they're not the same level, the same quality, that I finally have a chance to give a better quality of life to my family. Yeah.
Perfect. Sure. Thank you. If you have couple more questions, and then we're going to let them go, because I know they've got busy days. Sandy?
Yeah, going back to Dave talked about price a little bit, and I'm somewhat familiar with Mexico. One of my best friends is Mexican American, and she just retired down to Rosarito Beach. Loopy, Sharon. And so she's excited about this market, but I know that I'm going to be getting the question, when are we going to know what the prices are going to be like? When are we going to know? So
sorry.
Go ahead. I was just saying it's not going to open till December is what I'm hearing, but yeah, when are we going to know some more details about that?
You know, I heard Gustavo, who is the one in charge of Mexico, I heard him saying, you know, that they did have the prices, but then unfortunately the pandemic came in and it turned everything around. So we've seen the dollar going from $20 to $25. And that definitely has an impact in establishing the price point for the product. So at this point in time, it all depends on how the market responds, and because it's, I mean, we're living in this strange time in which things are not normal, no? But I'm sure that Gustavo and his team, and of course Juice Plus with them, are going to set up the right price point for Mexico so that we are competitive, and we also bring a great opportunity to the leaders, definitely. So we'll have more answers in the next coming weeks, I'm sure.
And another quick question, will we be able to get a hold of you directly? And
yeah.
So how can we do that?
Thank you for that question. I always forget Voxer. You can always get me in Voxer, Laura Morelos. And I'll be glad to talk with you guys.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Dave's trying to hold up a sign.
Dave's trying to hold a sign up, honey. It's not coming through. I'm sorry. It doesn't. It's not.
To put it in front of your shirt.
There you go. Put it right up to the screen. There you go.
There you go. Oh, close.
One more time. Gotta get closer.
Qué maravilloso. Welcome, Laura. Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Okay. All right. I'm going to X him out. Just kidding. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Jason, so much. I just really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I enjoyed it.
Great to have you on with the team. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a great rest of your day.
Adios.
Adios.
Okay. Let me stop this.
I think